Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, and we out in the morning. I do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. Let's do what we do. 25 rules. Writers 25 rules live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. And yeah, that's what I'm on every day. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through a mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka no, excuse me, that's self. That's my mission that all right thinkers do just that. So I'm on my grind to give you the information to make that possible for you. Gotta do is tune in and do what you do. Let's go. Know thyself. Talk a question, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes or think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, well, knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons they reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. To my yacht, be true. And to my yacht, my girl, that's where we are. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff in here we about to talk about now. Right thinkers, let's talk about seek purity of heart through what? Your work and daily activities. hmm This is my area. So let's go. It starts out with do not disturb a great person or distract their attention. Why? When they are occupied. Trying to understand their tasks when they are thus occupied, they strip their body through love of what they do. I'm doing that every day. Love for the work which they bring that do brings people closer to God. Me teaching my right thing philosophy does just that. Last part. These are the people who what succeed in whatever they do in life. Bingo. That's an ancient Egyptian proverb. Now let's talk about it. Your job, your career that you choose. We're gonna talk about that, okay? Why? Because it's gonna be part of your life for a little while. So understand this. Another profound insight into the teachings of right thinking philosophy, aka Mayat, is what? Is that you should always strive to perform work that is in what? Harmony with your nature. Do what comes naturally to you. Why? That didn't work. They say if you got a job that you love doing, you won't work a day in your life. But if you get a job that you don't like doing, it's going to be work for the rest of your life. So make the decision for yourself. We're gonna talk about that. Don't worry. Now, as an expression of what? Of the divine self, higher self, you are endowed, gifted with what? Unlimited capabilities, and you should not allow your fears or your egoistic desires of others to what? Limit that unfoldment of those energies. Meaning, if you stay focused on what you do, you put your best effort forward, and never mind what someone else is doing, you do what you're supposed to do. That's right thinking philosophy. This is where it comes from. This is what it's telling you to do. You must strive to allow yourself to gradually develop a sense of what is right for you. Again, I tell you, right thinking ain't what I say and do. Right thinking is what works for you. Find out what works for you and you work that. That's right thinking philosophy. When I see people doing that, I call them right thinkers. Okay? Honorary right thinkers. Why? They doing the things that's working for them in life. That's right thinking. Whether they know it or not. Again, because you don't know something, don't mean that's not what it is. Again, you will, watch this, you will discover which job to pursue on what? The basis of your inner desires. Teaching, instructing, helping out is what I've been doing all my life. Giving back, reaching back, helping others. So it comes natural to me to do this. That's the point I try to get to show you. This is what I've been doing all my life. I taught people how to do bad stuff. I'm not proud of that. I taught them, and they did it, and they didn't get caught, and we were successful. Okay, I ain't proud of that, but I am proud of that. You know why? It was wrong. We did it the right way, so we didn't have to pay the price for doing something wrong. Why? Because we did it in the way that we got away with it. It's okay to be a smooth criminal. Now, if you know how to do what you do and get away with it, you can do that for it, however. But if you ain't doing what you're doing the right way, you will get caught. I got caught. Thought I was the best at it. You couldn't tell me nothing. I feel the same way about my spiritual teachings. How about that? So all you gotta do is flip it. Like my man Michael Kaya, the comedian. Quick joke. It was 4 men: black man, white man, Chinese man, and a Puerto Rican man. They went to the top of Kilimanjaro. The Chinese man jumped off, said, he looked off before he jumped. This is for my people. Jumped off the mountain. Puerto Rican say, this is for my people. Jumped off the mountain. Black man grabbed a white man, threw his ass off, and said, this is for my people. So understand, take care of you. That's the bottom line. All right. Now, you will, rather than, watch this, rather than live for your superficial desires of your ego self, which what? Wants to pursue a job for what? Occupation. Why? Because it looks glamorous and sounds lucrative. Meaning I can do this and make a bunch of money. Okay, them jobs is there for those people who choose to take them. Your choice. But if it's not in your nature, I can't get up every day, put a suit and tie on, grab a briefcase, and I'm not doing that. I'm not built that way. That ain't in my nature. So I would never be one of the type of people to sit up in a cubicle or whatever. So no, I'm not corporate. Simple as that. I'm still street. All right, let's go. Let's talk about the ancient Egyptian concept placed importance on what? The occupation of all individuals. Pick a career that you like. If you go to college, and you practice for 4 years and you leave college and don't go into that field, that was not a good decision. But if you practice something and you pursue it, you get good at it, that's the goal. And if it fits in your nature, it will be fun the whole time. Okay? Ancient Egyptian civilization placed importance on the occupation, doing it every day for what? For a reason. Many people, watch this, and this is a good reason, watch this. Many people suffer through life. Why? Because they have made the wrong choices, not just man or woman, but with their career, their profession, their occupation, and feel stuck and unable to change a lot of their life. Why? Time invested. When you invest your time into something and you want the money, you want the glamour, but it ain't really fitting in your nature, that's not going to work. Some people adjust and make it better for it, but most times it don't work. Why? Because it ain't a natural fit. Natural fit, if it's a square, you put a square in there. If it's a triangle, put a triangle. If it's a circle, put a circle. But don't try to put a circle in a square or a triangle. That's what it's like when you pick a career or something that's not in your nature. That's all. Just they understood that. Why? Anybody who want to work in a field that they're comfortable with. I'm a truck loading somebody. Tell the choice, feel the choice I chose. Simple. I'm a truck delivering, package delivering somebody. Why? That's what I chose to do and loved every minute of it and made a good piece of money doing it. That loved it, good piece of money, but the results not good. Result from doing it for 20 something odd years, you get a pension. I get a check every month. So that's money that I got coming to me now that I set forth a long time ago. That's young people. Understand that. Put it in your pocket. Take that 20, put it in your pocket. Not $20 bill, 20 years of service. Put that in your pocket. Moving on. Sometimes, watch this, they are led by what? Their families, friends, or sometimes even their what? Their own egoistic greed, or even sometimes fear into what? Pursuing occupations for what? All the wrong reasons. We all had the job. You sit there and say, man, why am I here? If you one of them, get out and do you. Well, because you're not going to be happy. That's why. Moving on. Now, you must understand that if you choose an occupation or career just to make money, not good, or because you have been told, as this, by some particular profession is in a demand. Yo, man, it ain't but so many positions on the football field, baseball diamond, and the basketball court. Everybody can't fill those positions, so they set out for the elite, and that's what it should be. You practice your life playing that sport. When you get ready to go, you should be prepared. So it's a bunch of y'all, so the competition is thick. Understand that? And that's okay, but it pays good money. And some people get them jobs and live and be good. Some people get it and mess them up, so it don't make it. It's all up to the individual. So that's how it's all about. And this has been ancient custom. This ain't new. But I got some good for you coming out. Watch this. Now, your career. Oh yeah, okay. With the work you chose in your life. Okay. Your career, watch this, will truly become work if you find a job that goes against your nature. It will not be what? Fulfilling. Why? Because you are not doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Anything that's not heartfelt ain't worth doing. If you don't care enough to do it the right way, put the right effort in it, do it, don't do it at all. But a lot of us do the half-ass thing. Okay? Yeah, I just go through the motions. You think nobody notices that? Moving on. Eventually, watch this. It will become a struggle. Yep. And a burden. Now you're getting also you will not develop what? Your divine qualities and your mental peace state of mind, which leads you toward enlightenment. Why? You got a bunch of distraction going on. You got a whole bunch of stuff that's not getting your chakras, not keeping you in balance with yourself, keeping you balanced in your life. When you got something going on that don't agree with you, you're not going to have balance. That's what they're telling you in their way. I'm telling you my way. But watch this. In doing that will not lead you toward enlightenment. Why? Such things that lead you toward enlightenment is patience, contentment, forgiveness, and universal love and compassion, etc., rather than your egoistic ignorance and destructive state of mind. Remember, the ego side is the man with a hatchet to his head. So if you're living egoistic, you're self-destructive. Simple as that. And when you live in that state of mind, you will become more what? Hardened, and you will use unrighteous means to what? Make your money. So that you can make money. Again, I told you, when I was hustling, I sold women and drugs to make money. If you profess to be a good guy friend, man, work around the collar, and you still stealing, you ain't a good dude. You think you can get away with that? Really? Be my guest. But those are ignorant people. Again, the ego is ignorant. It ain't that smart. That's why you put him in a working position where you control him. He don't control you. And however, watch this. Now, you may sell things. I did that. People did that, even though you know what they don't. You may sell things to people who you know don't need that. You came to me for the drug. I didn't come to you when I just had them, so you gave me guidance. But most of us give people stuff they don't need. Why? To make money. If a man makes a deal with you, you do this and I do that. That ain't the man you want to deal with. Why? That's that other guy. Watch this. Now, all the while, if you selling product, okay, not a drug dealer, I make sure one thing. I don't have no deaths on my watch. Why? I made sure the drugs I did what they did. They was consumable and they did what they're supposed to do. That was my doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, if I didn't care what I was doing, I could have done a lot of bad things to hurt people. So that's what I'm saying. Even as a drug dealer, I still had compassion and empathy to my customers. They bringing me their money. They trusted me. Back then, that was important to me. I was everybody's man. That's my man. That's my guy. That's my guy. Okay, push it, man. All right. But however, watch this. The impressions of longing and desires are as well as contradictions of what your own conscious become registered where deep in your unconscious mind and creates a basis for heaven or hell on earth according to how you decide to live your life, your call. Again, you're in control of that, as well as what beyond, which is the afterlife. The Egyptians lived for the afterlife. They know this was temporal. Okay, they didn't get but 50 years if that to live, so they didn't get long life. Well, no, long life, no, they had to shit and get it done. Why? Because this you don't care about. The other one's forever. That's why. And watch this, wrapping up for you. Now, this is a profound teaching which you need to reflect upon seriously, young people. That's why I want to talk to you. You don't want to get 40, 50 years old and realize you put 20 years somewhere that you didn't really want to be there. That's crazy. That's mental. That's mental. You know. Let me wrap this up. Now, even though people who live and acquire wealth in this satanian, egoistic manner seem happy with what? With their wealth. And they are, if that's what you want. But along with their wealth, you got personal issues that you're going to still have to deal with. Understand it? And we see it all the time. I get tired of seeing these famous people going through having their personal lives played out. I don't care crap about none of this nonsense. Who Puffy sleeping with and who Will Smith or that who Jada. Man, that's all distractions for y'all who want to just nosy. I ain't nosy. I could care less. I'm getting information that I can use for myself. I don't care about who's doing what and ain't doing. So a little different. Sorry about that. To get that out the way. I'm decided having discussions about nonsense. But you don't want to talk about God. You want to talk about Will Smith. All this nonsense. But you don't want to talk about God. Be my guest. Find somebody else to talk to. We ain't gonna have a conversation. Simple. Moving on. Sorry about that. I got a little offended, upset. Now, in reality, there is an unrest of what? In their hearts, in minds. Why? In fact, most of the people have been convinced that wealth is or brings what? Happiness, and this is a view of ignorance that's promoted by what? Society at large. And what? The media who run society. While there is nothing wrong with having spiritual and material wealth, I got a problem with that. Most people who are ignorant of spiritual truth, what? Become dependent, where? Dependent and attached to what? Their wealth as a source of what? Pleasure and happiness, and therefore bound to pursue what? Or hoard and protect their wealth in order to be happy. So they think. You wonder why rich people still suffering. Why? Because they unhappy with themselves. To have a bunch of money and not know yourself ain't gonna do you no good. Somebody else can get all that. And watch this. But however, this happiness which you think stuff will bring, which requires continued what? Mental agitation. Why? Worrying is no happiness at all. When you got all this stuff, you worrying about it. Does it really work? Man, I ain't gonna worry about it. Well, I ain't got it. So that ain't the worry I got to have. I don't have worry gray. I got wisdom white. So yeah. Now, even if you develop a prosperous situation for yourself, and that's all good, your worries and your anxieties will what? Will not protect you from addictions, cravings, and other forms of pain which the world abounds with. You have temptation, you got all kinds of stuff going on, and if you are weak in your integrity, your intestinal fortitude is not good, you're gonna be swayed to do this, try that, been that, done that. Okay, but when you don't know that self, you will easily sway. Therefore, watch this, happiness and consequently true wealth is not to be found where? In objects. Please understand that, or possessions, what? Of the world. If I get my red Rolls Royce, that's not going to make me happy and content. It'll soothe my ego, but that's what wants it. Myself, I don't give a damn about no Rolls Royce. But the ego says, man, let's get that Rolls Royce. Then we can ride and look good. Yeah, yeah, that's egoistic. Myself said I could care less. I got a nice car to get me where I got to go. Being frugal ain't always stingy. No, Myers, no. You just don't think like everybody else. That's all. Everybody ego don't run them. Moving on, I'm almost done. Now, it is a state of mind which can be what? Discovered through what? Spiritual insight and knowledge. The impressions lodged in what? Your unconscious mind from a storehouse of what? Restless desires, which will lead to repeated embodiment and deprive you from what? Discovering the peace of your higher self. If you got stuff going on in your life that's keeping you from focusing on your higher self, that's what they're saying. Focus. Tune in. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got another one coming up, but this one was about your occupation and your daily activities. Hope you got the lesson. Hope you learned it. Work on something that you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life. For Mr. Wright.